I loved this film from beginning to end. I think it's going to be an all-time classic, probably best movie of the year. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaac Joel, and you are listening to The Critics. And today we're going to be breaking down Project Hail Mary, directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. I have been dying to talk about this movie with you guys. Let me tell you right now, I just left an early screening for the film. It is currently Thursday, but the embargo drops on Tuesday, which is when I'm dropping this video, but the movie doesn't come out until March 20th. Do you follow me? I'm about to see this movie again in a couple of days. I have tickets to go see another early screening of it in IMAX this time, but tonight I saw a press screening of it, and I am just blown away by this film and what I saw and what I experienced. I literally experienced peak tonight. Before I go off and rant about how fantastic of a film Project Hail Mary is and how you all need to go see it immediately on its release, let me list off some of the films that Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were part of, directed, produced. They first started off with Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which is one of my all-time favorite animated movies. I saw this in theaters as a kid with my mom, and it just made me laugh so hard. These guys have a very specific kind of sense of humor, and if you just get it, then you do, and if you don't, you don't. And they really do appeal to, I think, younger audiences and older audiences as well, and I think that's what makes them such a inspiring director duo. 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, the Lego movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Lego Batman Across the Spider-Verse, Mitchell's versus the Machines, Cocaine Bear, and the list just goes on and on. They've been part of TV shows and movies for a very long time now. These guys have been around for a minute. Let's just get that out of the way. They are not new to the scene. They have been around for a long time, and they've always made great movies. I cannot think of one film from this list where I'm like, yeah, that movie doesn't work for me. I probably gave all of these movies and TV shows glowing reviews because they're just so talented at what they do. And so I give these guys a lot of praise. Walking into the film, my expectations were very low. I didn't really know a ton about the movie and the story. I didn't read the book. I'm coming at this as just another member of the audience, as your average Joe, someone that doesn't know very much and is just a big fan of space movies and Ryan Gosling. My God, like, let's talk about Ryan Gosling for a minute. He has never, ever, again, just like Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, made a bad movie. This dude is a legit Hollywood movie star, probably the last movie star to still consistently be banging out hits after hits. I'll put Ryan Gosling right up there with people like Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, guys that have just been on the scene for a minute and know how the game is done, and they have not compromised their old school Hollywood style for making movies. These guys are legit stars, and Ryan Gosling really knows how to command a performance and demand your attention on screen with the audience, because when this guy is on screen, I'm telling you, I am locked in. I saw Fall Guy a couple years ago when that movie came out, and I loved it. I watch it every now and then because it's just kind of a underrated watch. I feel like it's just easy to kind of just put on and be laughing the entire time. It's a great movie. I know right now he's working on the Star Wars movie with Sean Levy, and so I'm very excited to see what's it called, Starfighter, coming out real soon. I'm excited to see what they're doing with that movie. I'm sure it's gonna be a classic Star Wars movie. I think that's where we should be going. I mean, there isn't even a trailer out for it yet. I'm assuming that's because we want to do all marketing on this film right now and not get sidelined with another Ryan Gosling movie. And that's the thing that I love about this dude, is that it really truly is one project at a time with him. And so he puts a lot of care and attention in his performances with every character that he takes on. And my God, he's just so good in Project Hail Mary. I love this movie, guys. I'm just, spoiler alert, I really don't have anything bad or negative to kind of talk about with this movie. It is clocked in at 2.5 hours. It is a little lengthy, but that's to be expected with these big, epic space movies. And I think rightfully so. I think that is an appropriate runtime. Anything less than that would have just felt like a cheap cash grab on the studio's part. And so I'm really glad that they spent the time that they needed and the budget in order for this film to really reach the audience that it's going to. And this is how you know a movie is great, when the studio allows us to come and see it early, and we get to talk about it early with you guys. Unlike other movies, when the embargo drops the day of the release. 2 examples that come off the top of my head: Scream 7 and The Bride. I went to go see Crime 101 a second time with my brother. It was late at night, and he had seen it the night before and loved it. And he saw my review and was like, dude, let's go check it out together. And I was like, absolutely, man. I needed an excuse to go and watch it again. And when we went to go see it, they played what I'm assuming is the final trailer for Project Hail Mary. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, that trailer turned me off for some reason. I remember the other marketing materials, the trailers and the stills, and I was just sold on this from the very beginning. But when I saw that final trailer, which was heavily focused on the relationship between Rocky and Grace, it was like, wait a second, what is this movie about? Is it entirely about his relationship with The Rock? And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I could stand 2.5 hours of that. I'm glad to say it is that, but it also isn't that at the same time. This film is interstellar mixed with the problem solving and humor that comes from The Martian. I love those 2 movies in particular. But what really makes this movie extra special for me is that it has a hint of The Big Lebowski in it. And it just has a small ounce of that flying around in the performance and the aura and kind of the aesthetic of Grace as a character and the humor that comes off of that. And I really enjoyed those moments. When the movie started, almost immediately, within the first 5 or 10 seconds, the entire audience in the theater was laughing with the movie. And that energy was consistent from beginning to end. And I really found that to be remarkable. Tonight was an incredible audience. I watched it with an incredible audience that was just so locked in on what was happening on screen. And what's really funny about movies like these is that it could get boring. It really can, because it's mostly hinging on one actor who is doing all of this by themselves. It's kind of in a way like Castaway with Tom Hanks, where he's on the island all by himself and he's talking to a beach ball. That's kind of what this movie is. It does have a great balance between the characters and the past, and kind of, you know, laying that groundwork throughout the film, and you understanding, okay, this is how he ended up here. I don't really want to dive into any spoilers about this movie. That's really not how you want to review or hear about this movie at all. You guys really should just kind of go and check this movie out immediately once it comes out in theaters. I recommend seeing it on the biggest screen possible if you can't see it on IMAX, because that's how they shot it, that's how they intended it. The visuals are striking. I read somewhere in an interview that the directors claim that the film has 0 CGI, 0 VFX shots. I'm personally gonna call bullshit on that all the way, because everybody knows no CGI just means a really, really good CGI. And this movie has phenomenal CGI. The visual effects are breathtaking. There's no way in hell what I saw is real. Like literally Rocky as a character, the way he's animated and moving around. Like, come on, dude. You're not fooling me at all. They always just say that just to kind of like push you to really go watch this movie. And so I'm not even going to even claim something as ridiculous as that. This movie does have visual effect shots. And if it doesn't, then I'm a complete idiot and I have no idea what I'm talking about. And you can take that to the bank. But from what I saw, there's just no way in hell you can pull off shots like this, like on the volume or the projectors, anything like that. I think the claim, to be more specific, was that there was zero green screen work. And so I guess maybe that makes sense. That makes more sense, actually. If they said that there's no green screen, then maybe I believe that. But still, I don't know how you make a movie as spectacular as this is with no visual effects. The real thing to talk about here with Project Hail Mary is the relationship and the friendship between Rocky and Grace. This was a huge standout for me from the film, and I really wasn't expecting that. There was these moments where it would feel kind of touch and go. You would think a character, I'm not going to say who, again, I don't want to spoil it, but you would think a character was about to die, and then they would come back, and then they would be separated, and then one other character would maybe die again, and this kind of became a little repetitive until the movie just sort of ended. And every time something like that happened, where I was questioning who was going to walk away from this alive, or whose planet was ultimately going to get saved and not, I really was convinced that I was just so invested in these characters. I was like, oh my God, they keep doing the same thing every 5-10 minutes, doing a fake out, and I'm still buying it. I'm still crying. I cried so much watching this movie because of their friendship. It's so insane, because when you see something like Interstellar, where that film is about the relationship between father and his daughter and his son, and how he's sacrificing himself to save them and their generation in the future, and that's all really personal and heart touching, I think. But with something like this, where it's a human actor going off of a CGI character throughout the entirety of the film, I'm sure that can get a little frustrating and difficult at times. But dude, Ryan Gosling makes it look easy. He makes this stuff look so easy, because every scene between him and Rocky, I was just on the edge of my seat. It was so interesting watching them problem solve everything that came their way and navigate through all those murky waters. There were so many moments and times where I thought, wow, this is the end of both of them, one of them. I don't know if their planet's going to get saved. I don't know if ours is going to get saved. And they are driven by their mission and their goal, both of them. He's an alien and he's a human, and they're from different planets, and they meet in the middle of space, and they have no choice but to communicate and work together. As of right now, I've only seen Project Hail Mary the first time. I do have another viewing in a couple of days, as I mentioned, but right now I'm going to rate Project Hail Mary 10 out of 10. Its visuals are striking, the performances are heavy, and everything about it just hits all of the check marks for me. I loved this film from beginning to end. I think it's going to be an all-time classic, probably best movie of the year. It's destined to win so many awards for what it pulled off in just 2.5 hours. I think a lot of people are going to be excited when they see this film in theaters. I'm very curious to hear what it is you think about Project Hail Mary. Are you excited to check it out? Are you anticipating its release? Don't forget to check out Project Hail Mary on March 20th, and like and subscribe to this channel. As always, I have been your host, Isaac Joel. I'll see you next time.